Hello YouTube. I just wanted to do a quick video response to a video by SPACKlick called Am I a Homophobe? Some points that I'd like to make. First of all, the word homophobe, or homophobic, is nonsense as far as I'm concerned. It really doesn't mean anything anymore. It is usually used to define someone who is just anti-gay. The original meaning of the term was to provide a reason why people are anti-gay, which had a lot to do with the internalized fear of being homosexual, but we don't use it that way anymore. Though, probably if we were to dig a little deeper, we probably would, because if you're really obsessed with homosexuality and you're really anti-gay, you're probably fighting against something yourself. Check my other videos about bigotry and bisexuality. However, in response to the sentiment of your question, you're saying that there's certain behaviors that you would feel uncomfortable viewing. Now, you don't really go into specifics about what behaviors you're talking about. So it could be one of two. You could be talking about a gentle kiss on the lips, and maybe holding hands, or putting one's hand on one's back, or something like that, some kind of a display of affection that way. Or alternatively, you could be talking about more, let's say, graphic displays of affection, French kissing, heavy petting, things like that. More of a groping sort of situation. And here's the deal with that. I don't particularly care to watch people make out in front of me, regardless of their gender. I'm discomforted by it. If you find yourself discomforted by, of the two things that I mentioned, if you find yourself discomforted by somebody giving a peck on the cheek or putting a hand on somebody's leg or something like that, that means you should probably explore that as to why you're uncomfortable with that. However, I suspect that you're talking about more of the other, which is more of the kissing, heavy petting sort of thing. And I think that the reason for that is, frankly, I have the same reaction when I'm looking at, if I was to be watching two lesbians make out as a gay man. It's not that I don't think that they should be able to do that. It's that it's a double whammy of, I am really uncomfortable around people that are making out in general, regardless of gender, and the fact that they're lesbians, which is not my preferred sexuality. So they are people that I am sexually repulsed by. That doesn't mean that I'm repulsed by them. Sexuality is about attraction, and therefore it must also have a component of repulsion in it too. If you're really attracted to this type of person, then it's a good chance that you're not attracted to the opposite kind of person and are actually repulsed by the opposite kind of person. So if you're really attracted to thin people, you're probably repulsed by fat people. If you're really attracted to, rich people, you're probably repulsed by poor people, or vice versa. So their attraction is about this repulsion. It just has a component of repulsion to it. If I'm attracted to men only, then I am repulsed by women. If a heterosexual man is attracted to women only, then he is repulsed by men. And a man acting sexually toward another man kind of doubles that repulsion. You're not really, it doesn't mean that you find them, the person, repulsive. You find the sexuality repulsive, and that's fine. There's no reason to even worry about that. That's just the way our sexuality is built. We find dogs repulsive. That doesn't mean we hate dogs. It just means that we're not going to have sex with them. So that's kind of the way that works, I think, in my opinion. I think this is what happens with straight people who are anti-gay, is that they come across this repulsion sexually, and they blow it out to mean that they have to find the person repulsive as well. So they're anti-gay in general. I hate gay people because of whatever. When in reality, they're just repulsed by the idea of sex with them. They don't want to have sex with them. Well, you know what? That's totally normal and natural. There's no reason that you'd want to have sex with everybody you meet, and there's certainly no reason you want to have sex with somebody of your non-preferred gender. And I just think what happens is they don't explore that option, which is why I think personally that people that are anti-gay don't do a lot of self-exploration anyway. They don't try to understand themselves. They're just nasty people. There is a value judgment I'm making there. Now, on the idea of gay adoption you were talking about, the debate as to whether gay and lesbian are going to mess up children is completely irrelevant. It assumes that all gay and lesbians are going to raise their children the same way, which is not true in any stretch of the imagination. It's completely nonsense. If a child comes out of a gay household healthy, then the anti-gay arguments against raising children are moot. If one child comes out of a gay household unhealthy, then the pro-gay arguments of raising children in a gay household are moot. It has nothing to do with it. Each individual family is going to react in each individual way, so you can't say that there's some grand societal experiment to try to determine if gay parents make good. It doesn't matter what parents make good. Certain people make good parents. People sometimes make good parents. Now, there's a couple of questions that you might consider about gay parenting that are legitimate questions that I think have an answer. I mean, first of all, does a child need one parent of each gender to become a healthy person? And there are 21.8 million children in the country right now, estimation of course, who are being raised by single-parent families. And they're not all going to turn out to be, murdering rapists. I was raised by a single-parent family, and that didn't do me any. There was no difference in the way I was raised. I mean, I didn't turn out to be a rapist or anything like that. So I don't think that had anything to do with. It has anything to do with anything. Of course, it could if that single parent is an idiot, or it could if that single parent, is so overwhelmed with being a single parent that they don't pay attention to the kid. But that isn't always the case. There are other motivating factors there. There are other factors that are contributing. It's not the fact of being a single parent. It's the fact of being a single parent who works 12 hours a day. It's the fact of being a single parent who doesn't bring home any money. It's the fact of being a single parent who's an alcoholic. These are all things, but some single parents are really good at it. Another question is, will a child, and one that I've heard a lot, is a child in being raised by gay parents is going to be somehow teased more often, and that may be true. It may happen, but there are things that parents can do to prepare a child for this. We as people should never, ever, 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 in my opinion, cave into bigotry. This is what's happening here. The child should be told and explained to them, okay, because your mom and dad, or your mom and mom, I should say, mom and dad, because your parents are of the same gender, some of your friends at school might not understand that, and they might tease you for it. But understand that they are the ones who are in the wrong here. They are the ones who are acting shamefully. You're not. Our family is not shameful. Our family, we should be proud of our family. And then let the school know, hey, I'm worried about this, so, it's not the parents' fault that there are bigots in the community. It's the bigots' fault that they're the ones that are wrong, not the parents. So, that'd be like saying that since there's a big anti-Jew sentiment or an anti-black sentiment, that black people and Jewish people shouldn't raise children because somebody might tease them because they're black or Jewish. That's nonsense. The people that are teasing them are the ones that are in the wrong. And that is what I got to say about that. Overall, that's what I'm saying. I really liked your video, and I liked the way you ended it, which is basically, it shouldn't matter, gay or lesbian, whether it's a choice or not. I agree. I've always said that same thing. It's a person should be able to express themselves in any way they wish, as long as they're not hurting other people. Period. End of discussion. Anyway, thank you very much, Femic Atheist. Talk to you later.